Hey everyone, my name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click the thumbs up button. We're going to go over uranium mining companies. So I'm going to pop in here. And I'm going to go deeper into the why of why I chose some of those companies. I'm getting a lot of questions of why I chose those companies and, why didn't I include Cameco in my list? Why don't I have more producer-ready companies? Why did I mainly choose management? So I'm just going to go a little bit deeper into that. And this slide's value and risk. I'm not bound by time in my portfolio. I don't need returns this second. I'm looking for the highest possible returns with the least amount of risk in the portfolio. Cameco, in my opinion, just doesn't give me enough leverage to consider it. I think some of their assets aren't that great. They've got mines that keep flooding. I just don't want to be caught up with it. And I also want more leverage with lower risk. There's risk with those mine floods. They've flooded multiple times. I don't see I don't want to be involved with that. CCJ is valued more because they are producing, and their valuations are higher than the other ones that I'm choosing in terms of dollars or market cap per pound in the ground. The ones I choose are cheap in comparison, have exploration upside, and production potentially in the future value to be realized. And going over management, the people in management and on the technical teams are the bet. I mean, that's what I look for. Assets can be acquired and built. The companies I chose have management and technical teams who have done it before and they know what they're doing. That's why I'm choosing them. Obstacles can be overcome and easily if management knows what they're doing. Funding in a very high uranium price environment is going to be easy. It's not going to be a problem when this environment changes, in my opinion. And they have lower technical risk of extraction, these companies, than Cameco does, or some of these other companies that are really going to have to push the technology boundary for their deposits. I don't need to deal with that. Now, if I have a good management team and the deposit is very easy to extract, well, I'm going to go with them. Bill Sheriff has an excellent technical team, and they do have a in situ recovery process. But their team is so good that I have it's not necessarily faith, but confidence in their team. So, the bet I'm taking, on the left-hand side, this is what people are asking me. Do they have money? Do they have assets? Are they, do they have reserves? Management team, okay value. Like, the bet I want to make is it's okay if they don't have a ton of money right now, but if they have great assets, they have big reserves, they're easy to mine, all they need is the infrastructure for it, but they have the exceptional management team and people to do it, and they've got extreme value, I'm going to go after them because I think it's the best bet for this bull market. Now, keep in mind, this is just my opinion. I don't have all the answers, but I'm okay because I think the lending and the money will come when the prices go up. If you have a great asset, you have a lot of reserves, and you're growing those reserves, and you have all the people who've done it before, the infrastructure doesn't become a problem. And if they have exceptional value, you have your answer right there. Now, on the left-hand side, a company can have money and assets. They can have okay reserves, but what if their management team's never done it before? What if the valuation is high and it's just an okay value? To me, I'm not drawn to that on the left-hand side, although a lot of other investors would be. I'm drawn to exceptional people with good assets, and if the infrastructure needs to be built, that doesn't bother me. And it's okay if they can't produce, if it's 5 years out, that's fine, or 6 years out. I'm okay with that. So, here's my picks. These are the ones that I like. Next Gen Energy and Fission Uranium, and the reason I like those two is because they have easy to mine deposits. Global Atomic is pretty close to producing, but they are a little bit on the expensive side. GoviEx Uranium looks pretty good. Look at their dollars per pound in the middle here, 0.42. That's a very good value. They can also, so that's a good value. Deep Yellow has the management team. You're paying only 82 cents per pound. It's cheaper than the majority of other ones up here. And they're in an area, Namibia, where they can get the permitting pretty easily. Encore Energy, Bill Sheriff, I like that management team. I like the technical team. You're paying a little bit more for it, but that's fine. They're developing a Group 11 technology for a new ISR process. Bannerman Resources is just flat out cheap. They're positioned extremely well. I like Brandon Monroe, the CEO. And they're just sitting there waiting for prices to go higher. I think that's perfect. They have a whole bunch of pounds in the ground, and look at that. You're paying 17 cents for the pounds in the ground. That's extreme value right there. And then I got base load on the bottom here, which, you know, they're going after the mother lode, and they're right in the best area with a whole bunch of projects, easy to mine location. I mean, I don't know if you can get any better than that with someone who's already knows how to explore and find things in that area. You know, the Explorer I chose, base load, I chose the Explorer because this could be the highest returning investment of all time. It potentially could. It doesn't mean it will. They've got the right location. It's easy to mine. Could be near surface deposits and a ton of potential targets that are all high grade. I mean, or potentially could be very high grade. I mean, I'm going to throw some money in there just because of the potential it could hold. We need a lot more uranium in the future. This could be a potential source of mining for many, many years. The geologist found Arrow, who's the CEO, and he loves searching for uranium. He's passionate about this stuff, so I'm going to bet with him. And it's very low valuations with good potential. You're getting in at the bottom. So the conclusion here, you know, I'm picking management teams as my first distinction. That's what I want first. I want the people. The valuation I'm picking basically second, but I'm marrying the valuation and the management team together. Location and assets are not as important as the management team and the valuation, as long as it's in an okay jurisdiction. I don't want to be in the middle of nowhere. And the timing to production is not as important to me. So, I mean, that's my criteria right there. I'm pushing the leverage button. I don't need something that's not even going to match the price of the uranium move. I don't want all the risk with those Athabasca Basin sandstone mining companies. I don't want to deal with it. The water problems that they're having, I just don't want to deal with it. That's just me. I'd rather take my bets in, you know, Namibia with Brandon Monroe, with you know, Deep Yellow, and the management team there, John Borshoff, Bill Sheriff of Encore Energy. I'll take my bet there. That's probably my favorite United States producer. And then James Sykes, the CEO of Baseload, who's looking for all these massive deposits, who has a bunch of potential targets on their Shadow project alone, not to mention their Hook project. And it's right around the corner for, you know, gravity survey and potential drilling. So that's my pick. I like those ones. That's what I prefer. If you guys prefer other picks, that's fine. Like I have nothing against them, but that's what I prefer, and this is the reasoning why I prefer it. If you enjoy this content, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe. Thank you.